Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're looking tonight at Opendoor stock, which we are seeing falling today by 15.5%. We're asking the question of what is going on. We're asking what the trend is and what we're looking for in the next couple of days. I do have some very strong opinions on this one based on the updated things that we are looking at today. I'll be sharing with you all my thoughts and opinions over the course of this video. If it does sound good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I do hope that you will enjoy the video, but again, do make sure to do your own research as I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. At the same time, I do now have a Patreon page if you want to support the channel, as well as learning about some of the key stocks that I'm looking at. You can find all of that data below in the description. Now, the first thing that I think we've got to speak about here with Opendoor is some of the recent comments that we have heard from a key hedge fund manager. Now, this article was published, of course, today, and it is titled "Opendoor Stock Plunges as Hedge Fund Manager Slams Its Business Model and Calls It Total Garbage." So, Opendoor Technologies, obviously Open, has plunged by 12% at the time of this being written in Monday's regular trading session and was down by 6% in extended trading. The decline could have been sparked by unfavourable comments made on X by the hedge fund manager George Noble, who slammed Opendoor's business model as called the online real estate company, I should say, total garbage. Opendoor stock was down more than 4% in Tuesday's pre-market trading. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily just from those comments. I mean, Opendoor stock's one where I do still think that the long-term potential here is very strong, right? If you're looking at a long-term trader, and this is what I always try and urge you guys with, right? I always say I'm not going to tell you what to do, especially not here on YouTube, because it depends on your strategy, right? And whether a stock is a good buy or a bad buy very much depends on what you're wishing to get out of it. If you're still one of those people who's long-term bullish and thinks that Opendoor stock's going to go to like 50, 60 like some people do, then this is in comparison not that big of a drop. However, if you're a short-term trader, this may matter a lot. And this is what I've been trying to say for a while. When a stock like this, and you've seen this in Opendoor stock for a while, let's go back and have a look. When a stock like this, let's get off of all these ads, right? When a stock like this goes up in a month by, or even let's go to 6 months. When a stock goes from July to September and is up over 1,600%, you do begin to ask how sustainable that is. Now, at the same time, even with the recent drops, we're still up over 1,100%. So in context, this may not be that bad. And Opendoor stock is now coming to the oversold range. You're definitely seeing that here on the 1 day. On the 1 month, you're also seeing that chart play out. On the 3 month, you're also seeing it come not necessarily into oversold, but coming close. And the 6 month, we are still now coming down to neutral. So what I'm trying to say here is in context, depending on how you're playing this one, this drop may or may not be big. However, this does now spark a lot of questions as to where we go from here. I think, again, it depends. If you're a long-term buyer, this may not be a bad thing. But in the short term, it does spark some interest and some worry in my head. I think you're looking for the next level down to potentially be at 650. 650 could be a next level of support. That is if we're not able to hold 684, which is actually very close to where we are right now. Now, at the same time, we are seeing, if you come over to today, that the stock is essentially falling quite a lot all the way through the day of trading, with a little bit of a slowdown towards the end, finding an initial support towards the late part around $7. So if we don't see $7 hold up, it's obviously going to be very likely that we're dropping back to the sixes. Like I say, you're looking to the 650s potentially. You could be looking, if things go really badly, down to the 590s. At the same time, we could find the support soon, where you're looking for a potential push, which could take us initially to $7 again, $7.50, and then you'd be looking onto $8. So is today a bad thing? I think that's really what most people want to know more than anything. And again, it's very, very complicated. It depends on what your strategy is. Would I be buying Opendoor stock right now? Not right now, not at this moment. Again, I have been bullish on Opendoor stock, but it's definitely fair to say that this is concerning a little bit, especially in the short term. Again, a lot of people are up on this stock. A lot of people did buy at the top. We were seeing some resistance coming around $10, but you know what, guys? It's very much dependent on what comes in the next few days. I think we could be in a scenario where we could see this one now drop to the 650s based on the information that we now have, the data that we now have, based on this recent drop, right? That may not happen. My opinion may change. And again, if you're long term, this could still be a great buying opportunity. But if it's short term, and I do make these videos every single day, so my opinion does change based on the circumstances, but at the moment, I would be a little bit apprehensive personally. I'd be waiting to see what happens around midday tomorrow. If we get some growth things could be positive. If we get more drops, then we could be looking for better prices later on. But I will, of course, leave you guys up to make your own decisions. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you again soon, guys. Goodbye for now. You guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day? I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right, guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here, guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment, guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from 1450 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.